Hi everyone, it's Nick here, and I'll be looking at Season 2 of Lost in Space. It arrived a couple of days ago on Netflix, and of course I binge watched it just for you guys, not just for my own enjoyment. And I really enjoyed it. I think you guys will really enjoy it too, especially if you liked Season 1. So what happens? Basically, end of Season 1, we are left with the Robertsons kind of ejecting a robot out into space. Actually, the robot saves him. After having a bit of a crisis of conscience, he beats up one of his own robots, and yeah, basically they're seen floating out into space. We see the Robertsons arrive at a brand new system through a wormhole, and they're kind of lost in space. And that's great, because that's what the show's about. So Season 2 starts about 7 months later. They are stuck on a very, very cold, icy planet. They've kind of terraformed a little patch under some tarpaulins. They've got some wheat growing and things growing, so they're kind of okay to live there indefinitely, actually. But the idea being, if they're stuck there forever, then the kids are not really going to, make new friends, build relationships, get married, and do all the things that pedestrian people are supposed to do. So after a couple of months, they decide, nope, we're going to try and get out of here. The planet happens to have these weird electrical storms that are taking place. A monsoon is shifting weather, which means that they can basically turn their Jupiter into a life raft and literally steer it towards the lightning, where it'll hopefully charge their engines. And of course, a whole bunch of shit happens along the way. And that is why we love the Robertsons, because they can basically overcome anything that you throw at them, and they almost do overcome absolutely everything in this season. We are, of course, joined again with the Robertson family. Made up of that is Maureen Robertson, her husband John, Will Robertson, of course, the one that basically, well, he's got a very special relationship with a robot, and that's a really important thing to have.
This is Will Robinson of the 24th Colonist Group.
We then joined with Judy and Penny, and Don West, who is one of my favorite characters in this. There's two characters who are absolutely loving this.
Anchors away.
So I'm pretty sure that a lot of the scenes that he did were ad-libbed. Like, he'll be in the background and he'll be like, why don't you go, just forget it, you're not going to listen anyway. And it looks like the cast at moments we're going to start laughing, because it's just sort of these peppered little comments in. He's kind of like the Han Solo, obviously. He's a smuggler as well. And he brings a lot of sort of lightheartedness that you need, but at the same time, he's a really solid character. He'll die for the kids and for the family. Really do love him. Other character that I really enjoyed in this, that didn't really sort of click with me. I think that they were sort of figuring out how to write for her, is Judy. She's the 18-year-old Robertson, who's basically not adopted, but her father who went missing. And there's one particular episode in this where she really bonds with John Robertson, and that's episode 5, On a Planet. I'm not going to go into details because of spoilers. And it's called Run, the episode, for reasons, because there's a lot of running in it. And they go into the sort of past bonding, or the forming of the relationship between her and her stepfather. And it is just so well done. I wasn't crying. It was onions next door. Must have been. But it really is. It pulls on the heartstrings. A lot of the episodes in this actually do. The character development in this is really great. I'm glad that they sorted out some of the teething issues with Dr. Smith in the first season. Had so few redeeming qualities that it made it difficult to really appreciate the character. You just wanted to smack her the whole time, because she just has a face that really irks you. But in Season 2, they do give her moments to actually shine, where you're thinking, hang on, is she on a path to redemption kind of story? So they fixed that, I think, and that's a good thing, because she is needed. The family of the Robertsons are great, don't get me wrong. But they're so bloody goody two-shoes, and so, we're just going to stick together. It's nice to actually have somebody who's a kind of malevolent force that's poking them the whole time, gaslighting the family into doing things that they wouldn't usually do. I think one of the characters that they didn't develop that much in this was Penny, played by Amina Sunwell. She's a great actress, and in this they played in the whole, I'm closer with the baddie than I am with the mother. And I think they did that in Season 1 a little bit too much, and they did this again in this one. Each character has their own arc going on in Season 2, which is great. And it's nice to see them sort of flesh out, like in this case, she's not certain that she offers much to the family compared to the others, who all excel in one way or another. So, everyone has their own thing going on. I just don't think she was given as much camera time as Will. But obviously Will's going to get all the camera time. Not only is he an amazing actor, I think is he 11 or 12 years old in real world? I'm actually not sure. Not sure what they're going to do when he hits 13 in Season 3, and there definitely is going to be a Season 3 after this show. But he's a really great actor. All of the people in this are really, really great. Of course, we've got the robot who joins us a few episodes into the show, which I was quite happy with, because Season 1 he really stole the light. Not to say he's not a big thing in this season at all. He is a big thing in this. But at least the other characters have time to actually show themselves up. It's quite a nice season, because it takes place in multiple locations. It's on a few planets over here. You have episodes in their Jupiters, and you also have episodes in the space station that finally shows up. That was one of the things I really enjoyed in this season, was the Resolute. That's the space station that basically ferries people from Earth to Alpha Centauri. It adds a whole new dynamic to the situation. You do see it in the first season, but you actually have people living on it this time. You have people in, canteens, and people in med bays and whatnot. And it was quite gritty. I liked it. It had a few weird scenes in it. There's one scene where they basically rip off Star Wars with the whole trash compactor thing. I thought that was unnecessary. I understand that they wanted to be in a place with no cameras, but they could have just done something else that wasn't literally a wall at one stage crashing in on the characters. But yeah, the rest of the scenes in The Resolute are brilliant. It's a really well-made and beautifully visualized space station. The show is also beautiful. It is absolutely stunning. The visual effects in this, I don't think I saw even one moment where it was subpar. It is stunning to look at. As far as the models are concerned, as far as the CGI is concerned, everything is polished. So you're actually getting a lot of bang for your buck, literally a lot of bang. There's a lot of bloody explosions in this. It's great. One of the negatives that I'll say, and there's very few negatives I'm going to say about the season, is that the calamities that befall them are a little bit too much. The moment they think of doing one thing to get out of a situation, that thing goes to hell, and it becomes almost farcical. And the thing that not supports the show, but what makes it not too farcical, is that when they do get into situations, the situations they're in are actually quite stunning, to be honest with you. There's a couple of scenes outside in space, in the atmosphere, of a planet, and even though it's like, come on, really, it's so beautiful, you get taken along for the ride, but it is just non-stop. Oh my god, this has gone wrong, this has gone wrong, this has gone wrong, and no one's dead yet. That's not to say that nobody does die in this. So that's why I like this show. It's not original. A lot of the stuff is derivative. We've seen it before in other things, but for a family show, and it is a family show. That being said, there is one episode that has pretty scary shit happening in it, and I wouldn't really recommend anybody under the age of 10 sitting in to watch that, because it is quite scary. It's nightmarish. As a matter of fact, robots are terrifying in this. So yeah, there are a few issues with maybe kids watching it. I mean, it is supposed to be a kids show. But for me, this is an easy 8 out of 10. I would probably go back and watch it again, just because you know where it's going. You pick up on small little nods and indicators that, yes, we're going this direction. And as I had said at the beginning of this, season 3 will hopefully be greenlit. It does end on a cliffhanger with another, oh my god, Robinsons. And I'm pretty sure we will get it. It's doing better than the season 1, and people seem to be absolutely loving it up. See you guys soon.